What's up, everyone? Back here with another war video. I'm doing some commentary over it. I have a newly ranked 5 Tigra that I got from the EOP rewards. I couldn't have been happier. I either wanted skill for Hitmonkey or I wanted Mystic for Tigra. So it was honestly the best option that I could have hoped for. Um, and we're bringing her to war this time. She's going to get, I think off the top of my head, 3 fights in this. Um, we'll see. I don't exactly remember, but yeah. So it's the first rank 5 Tiger that I'm bringing to war. My first rank 5 that I'm bringing to war. So in this war, I've got 12 fights. Did not include the boss in this video, but let's get to it. So I'm taking path 5 again. That's kind of my usual path that I end up taking. It's just a known path for me at this point. It's very easy. And you can see we've dropped. We were plat 4 before. Now we're in gold. So the nodes change a little bit. So I check out the nodes a little bit more this time. But they are easier. So up first, we've got this thing. This is a fairly easy fight. That's a Sig 200 Valkyrie. So we're basically just going to get rid of that Aegis with a heavy right off the bat, and then strictly going into blocks. We're going to build up a little bit power before going into blocks, but I have been working on my AI manipulation a little bit, so you'll see it in this video right at the very end. I previously was not very good at it. But you'll see when we get there. So right off the bat, getting rid of that protection. And then you just kind of play this like a normal fight. So Sig 200 Valkyrie, 1 Pierce buff is enough to ignore all unstoppable effects. I could have hit into him after that and punished him right there, but I just chose not to. And at this point, I mean, it's just rinse and repeat. I do get myself backed into a corner a little bit here at the end. I don't remember how that happened, but we're about to find out. Oh, maybe it wasn't this fight. Maybe I'm wrong. It was another fight. Alright, sorry guys. Misinformation. Coming out there with full health. That's a health potion saved. Up next is Colossus, which is kind of iffy placement, but in gold you don't have everybody with exactly the perfect champ. So I just he's got sadist on him, but I'm like, screw it. Let's do Tigra. Like, this is why not? I am running a 30% boost, and so that puts... This is basically an arena fight at this point, just with a little bit of extra node. So I'm going to get him to throw that special one. I'm going to heavy punish. And then intercept with my SP1, and then right now it's just basic Tigra. He's going to throw his SP1 again, heavy punish, and then I'm going to intercept him with the SP1 again. I think... Oh, no, I did a risky little play there. Yeah, this was a little bit ago, so again, I'm trying to remember everything that I did. Oh, okay, I remember now. It was this Darkhawk where I got backed into a corner. And so this is only a rank 1 Darkhawk, so this really should not be that difficult of a fight. So I'm going in here with a Valkyrie. And my thought process behind this is I'm going to push him to SP2. I'm just going to wait out the invisibility. Because he's got ebb and flow knockdown, right? But he's also got the prowess, so I'm also going to be parrying and getting rid of the prowess. But the idea here is to hit him just enough into the block and just enough not into the block to have a low level of prowess, push him to the SB2 so it's not a direct contact hit with the prowess, although he didn't have it there. So now we're going to wait out the invisibility, which is obviously going to build his prowess up a little bit, but that's fine until we get back into a little bit of a corner. But in this fight, I don't even bother taking the protection down. Like, I'm not concerned about it at all. So, okay, that's where it was. You can see I do a 4... I'm going to rewind it just because this is probably going to be kind of a dumb explanation for people who do this all the time, but for other people watching who don't know this AI manipulation technique, I learned it from FinTech. He taught it to me, and I was practicing it, and I've gotten decent at it. Basically, what you're going to do is, if you want to throw a special into block, you're going to do a 3 or 4 hit combo, whatever is your flavor, and then pause just a half a second, and then that's going to make and hold up his block when you throw the special. So you'll see here, well, after the invisibility comes back, we've already watched this part. I'm not going to forward it though. So I'm going to do a 4 hit combo, slight pause, and then it goes into his block. Okay. Did a little bit of risky play with the 5th hit there, but I was pretty confident that with the Fury up and the Pierce buffs that I was going to be able to get him down. Up next is a fight that I'm pretty comfortable taking, Hazard Shift. And then it's also prowess build-up, or aggression prowess. I've taken this fight with Kingpin so many times, different champs each time. A lot of the times it's Nick Fury, but I'm pretty comfortable with it. And it's the Battlegrounds meta right now, so I'm even more comfortable with it at this point. So I do a 5 hit combo, 4 hit combo, and you're going to see right here, he's just an asshole, and he decides, even though I'm holding up block, let's go ahead and throw that special one anyway. But usually it ends up going 5 hit combo, 4 hit combo, 4 hit combo into special. And then I'm just using the Unstoppable to get my openings for the intercepts. I have 2 overpower buffs at this point, so the goal here is now I'm going to take a little bit of block damage, but I'm going to get back to my special one. And then I could have heavied there. That would have been a little risky, but I could have and still recovered from it. But risk reward. I didn't need to. I was trying to save a little bit of health because Kingpin boosted is still a chunky boy. So in this next fight we got Rintrah. He's got the root, Scared Stiff, and then Power Focus 2 and Bubble Shield. So this is going to be like a mix of Valkyrie and Quake. So I'm going to be hitting into his block as much as I can. I'm going to not hit into his block just to reset the root timer occasionally, but sometimes I'll just let it happen because I'll dex him. That doesn't work every single time because I am not a great Quake player, so I never really practiced that like full dexing maneuver. But here, that was an accident. I got rooted. I wasn't really watching the timer. At some point, I will knock him down, which I wasn't really trying to do. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here. So that's going to convert my Pierce buffs into passives, and then it gets rid of them, and that's not what I was trying to do. Wasn't really thinking about that at the time. I was more so just trying to get his whatever they call them charges down. So at this point we've got 5 hits on the bubble shield, and he's got 9 of his whatever you call them. I'll have to look it up. And we've only got 1 Pierce buff, so that attack does not a lot. So at this point, I'm kind of thinking, okay, I do need to play a little bit aggressive, and then I did it again. I knocked him down, even though I really was not trying to. I mean, I was trying to, but in the moment, I didn't really think about it. So now I only have one Pierce buff again. But this is still, I mean, it's not going great, but it's not going all that bad. It's still, I'm still not in like a panic mode or anything. So we did manage after that 10th blocked hit to dodge his unblockable. And at this point, I'm just kind of thinking, okay, blocked hits only. You can see I could have hit him right there, but I didn't. And this is kind of what I should have been doing from the start and not hit him, like knocking him down. But that's kind of my thought process when I was going into it. And I just didn't execute what I wanted to do. And there I just wasn't watching the root timer and I just got hit. So now I've got ruptures on me, but he's almost down, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Pierce buffs are up, so I'm going to ignore unstoppable effects. I got hit. Whatever, fight's almost over. So it wasn't played perfectly, but it wasn't 100% complete and utter shit. So I'll call that a win. So up next we have Titania. This is, I believe, Power Snack. Power Snack and something else. Power Snack and one too many hits. Okay, so I take this with Kingpin. I would have taken it with Valkyrie. But with the one too many hits, I'm like, alright, I'll get the power stings on me. I'll get the overpower quicker. So, whatever. I mean, either one would have worked, I feel like. I just would have had to wait to throw in the SP2 with Valkyrie. So, that's kind of why I decided to go into it with Kingpin. I just have to wait out these unstoppable unblockables. And oddly enough, even though, like, Titania really is not that difficult to fight, I do get hit in this fight for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. Whether it's dropped input, whether it's a shitty play. Could have been anything. But again, this is gold level war, so it's not the biggest issue. You see, except for that Rintrah fight, most of these fights I'm kind of on cruise control. Like, I'm still paying attention to the nodes and everything, but it's boosted rank 4s and gold. I mean, it's kind of hard to screw up. Like, maybe that Nick Fury fight if you, like, launch a ton of special ones. Like, maybe. So I come out of this fight with more health than I went in. Fantastic. So now we're moving into the second tier with the timer that goes, what's the node called? That it goes unstoppable every however many seconds. And then he also has Sadist on him, I believe. Oh, buff toggle unstoppable and Sadist. Alright, I was right. So I go in this with Tigra. This, again, it's Sadist, so he's playing Suicide. I didn't know he was playing Suicides. I probably could have guessed it from his PI, but so that makes me a little bit concerned, especially with all the ruptures I'm going to be putting on him. But again, I'm like, all right, this is a rank 5 Tigra. It's not the biggest deal in the world. So we're just going to be kind of playing a little bit slow, bait the SP1. Couldn't special punish there because the unstoppable was up. But here, he's got 1% health. Just launch the SP1. Whether it hits into the block or not, he's going down. Not my best Tigra fight. Certainly not my worst. So up next, we got Mole Man, which is okay placement. It's not my favorite placement that I've ever seen. But I'm not judging them based off of their placement. Same stuff, except for this time we have Limber, but we have Valkyrie. So we don't really care about that. There's only one issue with this. is I know this guy's running suicides now. So Moleman is going to purify the two. See, you here I'm thinking about using those small health potions, but like that barely makes a dent. So you can parry Moleman if he's not running suicides once, obviously. But now that he has those rage stacks, or not rage stacks, that's Kingpin, whatever you call them. I can't hit into his block because he's going to go unstoppable. So now I have to get the Pierce buff, but now the Pierce buff is up. Now I can hit into his block. Now it's just an easy, normal fight. So I'm just kind of on chill mode again. So now the buff toggle unstoppable doesn't matter. I'm not going to be putting any debuffs on him, so he's not going to be getting any more. Monster Mask, that was it. So then when I hit into his block, the special one Monster Mask goes away if I accidentally parried him, but that's going to go away as soon as I hit into his block again. And yeah, at this point, it's just a super easy fight. And again, I'm playing this safe. I don't want to play it like too aggressive because I don't want to get a bleed on me. But I could have gone in and just hit him not under the block, but I was just trying to be safe. So here's the one kind of like, do I take it? Do I not? Do I leave it for somebody else? But I was pretty confident after I looked at the nodes and was remembering Kitty's ability. I went ahead and went in here with Valkyrie again, mainly because she's not going to be gaining any prowess if I just hit into her block. I do accidentally parry a couple times, which gives her like 1 prowess. Or I do accidentally hit into her 1 time. But for the vast majority of this fight, I'm going to be free healing off that armor break and only hitting into her block. And again, now we're kind of on cruise control because she is gaining no prowess. She can't phase. She's going to be launching specials after I get her to the power bar, but she's got no prowess to go with it, so it really doesn't matter that much. And you see there, I accidentally parried. But as long as we don't get her to that 3 prowess mark, it doesn't really make much of a difference. And again, we're running a rank 4 boosted. I do think that is a rank 4 Kitty. Can't remember. I don't really want to rewind the video. And you see there, I accidentally hit her again. But again, only 1 prowess, not a big deal. But after I did it again. But yeah, after I was thinking about this fight, I was like, yeah, this should be super simple with Valkyrie, so I went ahead and took it. And you see I came out there with near full health, so it did pay off. So now, yeah, you can see I'm kind of, this is how I've been doing my last couple wars, is I'm pausing the video. I know the champs and paths I'm going to take. I just kind of want to get it out of the way, let people get set up, and be able to get through their own paths. It's not, I mean, there was one war where it was kind of impatience related, but now it's more so like, I don't have to think about it. War is out of the way, except for possibly the boss. It's easier for me. So that's why you see me using all these refills. So this first mini boss, so I'm going to the right side here. I'm going to go all the way around. So I'm going to be taking Gore, Hulkling, and Penny. So this first one, I've done this Gore fight at this point, like, I don't know, ever since Gore came out, they've been putting him on this node. And that's Safeguard. And this has Tigra written all over it. I don't even really play these fights like a normal Tiger fight, like bait and heavy and heavy punish. I just play it straight up because he gains so many buffs that he's going to be taken down very quickly. And I'm going to be getting my power bar very quickly. So after just basically back him into the corner, get my special 1, immediately back, or special 2, immediately back into special 1, fight's over. There's no reason, I mean, I guess there's not no reason, but it's much simpler just to play that like a regular Tiger fight. Or a normal fight, like 5-hit combos, 6-hit, 7-hit, however many she has. than it is to try and play it like a Tiger fight, for me anyway. And that's the same thing with this Hulkling. Like, he gains buff so quickly. I'm just going to play this straight into him. Now, there is some things I could have done that were more Tigra-esque, but I chose not to. Like this first special one that he throws, I could have ducked it, tried to heavy punish, but in my head, I'm like, why take that risk? Like, there's not really much of a point. And you see, I, for some reason, mistimed that special too, but ends up being fine. A random heavy that I chose to launch. I do punish this special 2 with the heavy. Not sure why I didn't do that off the special 1, but I did off the special 2, so I'm just going to go back-to-back special 1s here. And then one more heavy finishes it off. Again, 2 of the easier fights on my path, not even because she's a rank 5, but I think personally those aren't, at this level of war, those aren't the greatest placements. Strictly because you can't ban people in gold, so Tiger's going to be the thing. It's really all it comes down to. So in this one, can get a little tricky, but with Valkyrie on the team, it's not at all. I just have to not parry, which I do immediately, obviously. The one thing that I can't do is what I did. But outside of that, I'm just only in a block. Same thing as Rintrah, but we're going to try to do it a little bit better this time. So the first shield takes a little bit because you don't have any pierce buffs up. After that, the shield starts going down extremely quickly. So this way the Bane does not get triggered. So you're really never having to worry about any timers. When we get close to the end, I do accidentally... I don't know if I get hit or if I hit her, but it was an accident, so the Bane timer starts. But it was towards the end, so it really didn't make that much of a difference. But you can see one combo into the shield at this point with 3 pierce buffs up, and her shield is down again. So while this can be a somewhat tricky fight sometimes, not with Valkyrie. Not at all. The only thing that makes this fight extend a little bit is while her shield is up, I don't gain any power into the block. As the same reason why Penny was pretty good in whatever the Battlegrounds meta was, where it was like a kinetic transference and something else. They don't get kinetic transference while your sync shield is up. So that's kind of why it's taking a little bit longer than normal here. And there's where I get, of course, I get accidentally hit. Sorry about that notification. I get hit there because I get game lag, because for some reason, every single time I get a notification, there's game lag. Here's again where I do the little 4-hit combo, pause, holds up shield. So, yeah, I'll replay that just a little bit for the people. Again, not for people watching this if they're Masters level players. Of course, they know how to do this already. But for people watching this that aren't Masters level, want to know AI manipulation, I do the same thing here that I did against Darkhawk. 4-hit combo, slight pause, then into special 2. So I'm just replaying this one more time. Yeah, and so she goes down. And that's the end of the regular fights in war. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.